there's just something magic about the Rockstar games. If I think back to like the first day when GTA 5 came out, I still remember the day, September 17th, 2013. It was a Tuesday. I just remember rushing straight to GameStop the day it came out to go get it, right? I took off of work. I stayed out of school because I was working and going to school part-time at the same time. I took off of both, right, just to play the game. And I was so blown away, playing it on the PS3. Graphics weren't amazing back then. That version looks like so bad now. But I remember just being blown away at how immersive the world was. And fast forward 5 years later when Red Dead 2 came out, and I'm still, like, that game's still a masterpiece. Almost 10 years later, that game is still one of the most gorgeous games out there. And that's just the way Rockstar makes their games, right? So I'm making this video because I feel like there's a lot of magic to the Rockstar games, and it's so easy to just get sucked into those environments and feel like you're just going to stay in there forever. Like, you live in that world, right? You almost become like one of the NPCs in the background, right? You just live in that world once you get sucked into it. And GTA 6 is most likely going to just overtake every single one of those games by a country mile. It's going to be the most immersive game we've ever had. And, I'm hoping that I feel that same magic that I felt with GTA 5 and that I felt with, Red Dead Redemption 2, all that. But at the same time, that magic, immersive feeling that I'm expecting to feel from this game is also the same problem I want to bring up in this video. Because I feel like for a lot of people, it's going to become an escape route to go just play this game all day. And people are going to genuinely feel like GTA 6 is the miracle that's going to solve all their problems, right? I already see people talking about they expect this game to cure their depression. They feel like gaming's not as good anymore. And they feel like this game is going to save the industry overnight or doom the industry forever. And if people are putting that much weight on one game, and it kind of points to a broader issue across all of our society right now, is that people are really struggling with their mental health, with their self-image, their self-worth, and it's going to get to the point where this game comes out and it's going to move units. It's going to sell billions of dollars. It's going to hook a lot of people into that environment. They're going to play it all day, and I worry that those people will look to use this game to escape from their real life. But this game won't save you. It doesn't matter how many days you take off of work or how many days you take off of school. At the end of the day, you have to come back to your real life. You're still going to have the same problems, same relationships, the same life that you had before the game came out. And it's good to go ahead and address those issues you have with your life now, instead of hinging it all on this one game to reverse the gaming industry or fix your depression or fix your mental issues. If it does those things for you in a healthy way, more power to you, right? That's what I'm hoping it does for me. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, the game's not going to, fill a hole in my life or something. Like, gaming's been kind of dry lately. I don't really play a lot of modern games anymore, but if this game comes out and it's really great, then I expect to be on there quite a bit, It might actually save the industry, I'm not going to rule that out. But at the same time, I'm not going to stake my entire self-worth or just my entire life in general on this one game. It's just a video game at the end of the day, and no matter how great it is, it will eventually get stale for most people. I already feel like that's probably going to be a hot take, and just saying that's going to get me in some hot water. But yeah, I mean, people are probably going to play this game so much that it'll get stale after a year, maybe two, just like every other game does. And so, like, say what you want about Rockstar's game design too, like about how immersive it is and how their open worlds are the best in the industry. Sometimes their mission design kind of sucks, right? Like Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Like I said, I love that game, but man, it's such a chore to replay sometimes. That intro is so long-winded and so boring, and usually about the time where you get out of the snow area, and then you get to that part where the wagon wheel falls off and put the wheel back on the wagon, I'm usually already like, okay, I think I've had about enough of this game. It's such a chore to replay because of all the little details that are supposed to make it immersive, right? But for me, I feel like GTA 6 can almost go down that route too, where it becomes so immersive that it's actually kind of tedious to play after a while. And especially if they treat it like they did with GTA Online, then we're really in bad shape, because I loved GTA Online when it first came out, but after about like 2 or 3 years, I was already kind of bored with the formula. But man, by the time they started pushing out the Mark II oppressor and all this other crap in the game, I was just completely checked out. I haven't touched GTA Online in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now, maybe. It's been a minute. And that's mainly because of the way they monetized the hell out of GTA 5. And if you don't think they're going to monetize the absolute hell out of GTA 6, I don't know what planet you're from. That is obviously the plan they're going for, is to just monetize the hell out of this game. And I'm worried it might be played with a lot of the same problems GTA Online has right now. And it's going to, like I said, that immersion is going to suck a lot of people in, and it's just going to be a big time sink and a big money trap for a lot of people. And then you combine that with the way some people seem to be staking their mental health on this game. We're at a very interesting crossroads in society right now, where everybody's just kind of sick of the status quo. Everybody's sick of corporate sanitization and corporate politics just overtaking every aspect of fun in their lives. Everybody's sick of it in gaming. Everybody's sick of it in music. Everybody's sick of it in media and television, entertainment of all kinds, books, you name it. And GTA 6, while not immune from it, it feels like the last bastion, right? Where corporate greed hasn't fully taken over. It's creeping in, but it's not fully there yet. It's the last place where there's enough of a sandbox in the game, where there's room for creativity and fun, and just that immersive, nostalgic experience we're all longing for and have been here for 10, 15 years now. That games just aren't fulfilling anymore. So there's part of me that hopes for that. And, I just want people to be careful and mindful of how they engage with the game, because it's going to be a huge time sink for everybody. Like I said, me included, right? I'm going to spend so much time playing this game if it's good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm above the fray. I'm not drawn into the hype, or I'm in it. I am beyond hype for this game. I have been since the first trailer came out in December of 23, right? Almost 2.5 years now. And every delay had felt like a stab in the gut. So I get it. But just be mindful, right? As I see it in myself already, that your mental health can get kind of dragged into the value of the game, and you start to almost tag your self-worth into GTA 6. But just be mindful of it, and build your self-worth outside of the game. Do things you're happy for, because the game's still got another 7-8 months before it comes out. I'm recording this just before May, so we'll call it 6 months. You still got half a year to start pursuing, investing, or your finances, or a passion, or working out, or getting your hobbies together. You still got plenty of time before this game comes out. So make sure you're prepared for it. Both, physically, financially, emotionally, whatever that looks like for you. This has been Chris, keeping it candid. All of you guys go out there and have a good day.